Hello everyone, this is Roy here again. Welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you all about renewing the work permit of any foreign worker in Singapore. This excludes the ones for foreign domestic worker. Today I'm going to talk about foreign worker. So foreign worker are people who hold work permit and they are in non-CMP line, means construction line, because construction have their own set of rules. For my case, our company, we are under the service industry. So since we are under the service industry, we have our own set of rules. I'm going to share with you all. So work permit renewal it takes place around 4 to 12 weeks before it expires. MOM website says so. However, I have a case which one of the worker has a passport. The permit expired on the November 2nd. The 12 week will start from 10 August 2023. However, I'm still unable to see any renewal notice on MOM website. Okay, so I have called MOM just now. They have told me that I can go and check it out again the next month, since the WPOL, when we log in, the maximum that we can go is until October 2023. So that's the last the permit that's going to expire on October 2023. I will be able to view them. For people who have permit expiring on November, I will not be able to see until the next month. And the website says that for the list to be updated, it will be on the 15th of every month. So most likely I would have to wait until September 15th for me to check on the renewal notice. So to renew the work permit is always mysterious, right? Because MOM do not give you reason if they were to reject any renewal. So if your worker work permit is not able to renew, we'll be able to see them under the non-renewable list instead of the renewable list. So when the permit is due for renewal, you have to check it out through WPOL. So the condition. So my purpose of me creating this channel is to help you all save time. So y'all can save your precious time while I call MOM and be stuck with them for like coming to an hour just to find out all this. So to renew the work permit, there's 3 conditions. The first condition is COVID-19 vaccination. For worker who does their China vaccination, usually they have done 3 in their home country. They come to Singapore, they will be doing the other. There's a requirement for them to take 1 mRNA for them to be under fully vaccinated status. That's for people who take the China dosage. But for people who take the local in Singapore, so people who have, say example, they took in Singapore, after that they left Singapore and then they wish to come back again, for their renewal wise, they have to take at least 3 mRNA, means 2 plus 1, they call it. So total 3 mRNA, can be Pfizer, can be Moderna. That's the first condition. Vaccination must be full in order for them to renew. If vaccination is not full, then we will be able to find them under the non-renewable list. The second condition is make sure the worker is not above 60-year-old. If they are above 60-year-old, most likely you cannot renew. Thirdly, passport expiry. If you wish to get the full 2 years for your worker, make sure they have at least 25 months on before their passport expire. If not, they will only be getting permit extension until a month before their passport expire. For example, if the passport is left with 18 months, so the permit at renewal you can only get for 17 months instead of the full 24 months. So make sure you go for your vaccination And also you renew your passport before you get your HR to renew your permit for you. Some they cannot understand why they are not getting the full 2 year permit. So the why is after I call MOM that I get to know. I think this passport expiry thing is something new for me. I have not heard of it for so long in my practice. So what do you need to get ready? For non-Malaysia work permit holder, we have employers have to get security bond for all the worker. This is firstly security bond. Secondly, employer have to get medical insurance coverage for worker that have their medical insurance that is going to expire. Usually, insurance company they sell 1 year, but of course you can opt for 2 years at a higher premium. And recently there's a change of minimum coverage. It has rose from 15,000 all the way up to 60,000. Just recently the raise. So all insurance company they must be aware that they have to cover 60,000 per year instead of the old coverage which is only 15,000. Lastly, the company have to also purchase the workman compensation for all their worker, irregardless. Usually for work permit holder, they are under workman comp means they are not making. I believe the income quota will be not above. There's one magic figure that we have to know. I believe they have already removed it. So from now on, everyone has to be covered under the workman comp. In the past, if you hit certain what's the thing called? The certain salary, you will not be required to be covered under workman comp. Okay, yeah, maybe okay, I correct that point. So it says that if you are an employer, we are required to buy workman comp for employee who does manual work, irregardless of their salary. Second one, if for employee who does non-manual work, for example, office work, who earn a salary of 2,600 and below, excluding OT, bonus, and AWS, etc., then there's a need to purchase workman comp. For anything that's above this 2,600, there's no need for them to purchase. Yeah, this is the one. Because the law keep changing, the salary also keep changing in a way that we are always required to follow to the latest rule. So the penalty for not buying workman comp is it comes with a 12-month imprisonment as well as a 10K fine. So make sure company or employer purchase workman comp for their local or foreign employee. Irregardless they are local or foreign, you have to purchase workman comp for them. And from here, I will say, okay, before you get your permit to be renewed, make sure your OFWAS is a system that required the worker to update MOM or employer to update MOM within 5 days from the change of address, email, or handphone number. We have to update MOM for them to be aware. And for any say example after you renew your work permit, the notification letter will state whether will the worker receive a new card. If it says so, then your HR or your employment agency, they will go to the system and authorize 3 person that your employer wish to receive the card on your behalf. They must present their own NRIC in order to receive your card, and then they will sign for it. And there's a maximum of 1 month which you can extend the notification letter if there's any change of travel arrangement. Example, if the worker were to use the notification letter to leave this country, Singapore, for home leave, they can bring back this letter to enter Singapore. although they have not received their new permit card. There's a this is okay for us to notify MOM for them to extend this notification letter if we get to know that the worker is going to return later than expected. Yes, so this I believe will conclude what we need to cover for the renewal of work permit. So if anything that I do not cover, maybe you guys can comment in the video. I will try to cover in my next video. Or there's one video which I wish to create is regards to the medical insurance coverage that is being increased recently from 15,000 all the way up to 60,000. So there's also a time scale which a timeline which MOM expected all the employee in Singapore to receive that kind of coverage. I believe MOM did this is all for the employer good. Reason being because we doesn't know that the employee we hire in will there be um, do they suffer for any pre-existing condition which employer doesn't know. So if whether we buy this insurance is a good thing for the employer. So employer do not have to fork out so much money to cover the in any event which the worker were to fall you, because it's always the employer liability to take care of the worker while they stay in Singapore. Okay, with all this said, I thank you all for watching and get to see you in the next video.